So the last song I played, Wanderlust, is a great song to show you how I approach the song and make the decisions that I make. First of all, I have pretty average ears and don't know music theory much, apart from some code names, so I rely more on my investigation skills and the ability to figure out why something was played like it was played. If I had better ears, I'd probably be a musician and not a guy who teaches how to play stuff. But anyway, every song, like every painting, is a document because it's right there before your eyes or ears. And every document contains evidence. It contains the fingerprints and the principles of how it was done. So, of course, you need to deeply understand the style of the artist who wrote the song, but also need a great deal of curiosity and desire to actually investigate something and to play something exactly like on the record. Not so, but like there's no question about it. That's impossible, but at least we can try. So the very first good thing is to do is simply to establish the dynamic range of the song, meaning find the lowest part and the highest part if needed. For Wanderlust, the lowest point is actually F sharp minor down here. So right away it eliminates all the capo positions higher than the second fret, because it doesn't sound like the odd tuning was used. And so, as Mark is one of the most frequent users of this thing, you can try it on the second fret. And right away a lot of issues with this version. I don't like the sound of E minor here. It sounds nothing like on the record. On the record there is no bass, for one thing. It sounds like it was played higher up the neck. And the only option is up here on the 9th fret, which does sound like on the record. Down here it's too bright of a sound. Also the F chord again sounds too different, and the only rational way to play it becomes this 10th fret version. At this point, if I realize that capo doesn't work, of course the first thing to do is try to get rid of it. And again, here goes A major, then F sharp minor, and then I spend a couple of minutes with the song and I start to realize that the bass here, the A chord bass, actually sounds a lot like an open string. Not like this, but because guitar players get extremely used to the sound of open strings, to the point then, even without perfect pitch, which I don't have by the way, you can tell this is A major, this is E major, and so on, simply because it has a lot of open strings in it. So as I realized this is actually an open A bass, now I try to find a way to play differently, because it's a stupid idea to go like the 5th fret might do it. But the problem is the sound here is again too bright. Too right in your face, especially when you compare it to the F sharp minor, which we just found out is a version up the neck. So the next rational way to play E, A major, is up here in the C shape, but with an open A string. And that's exactly the point when I go, aha, I got it. All the evidence just leads to this version. Because at this point the whole song just plays itself, almost as if it always was here. Also, that one, it looks exactly like what Mark would have played. And most importantly, it sounds like on the record. That's the whole point. Another evidence is things like this loud squeak of going from E to E, from E to A. And then, just to be sure, I always check out all the covers, live versions. Of course, it's much easier when I have a live version of the song. But that's not always 100% evidence, because usually the camera cuts like crazy. Not always you get a clear angle of how it was played. Nothing of this scale, of course. I mean, videos like mine. And it's hard to build up the whole picture. So eyes is not the best instrument in figuring out this song. That also explains why I'm not a fan of using tablature, because in my case you have such a perfect angle to pick out anything that seriously I can't even imagine why somebody needs additional information. If I had angles like this for Mark's songs, you won't need me to show anything. And of course, every time I would check out the official sheet music, which in the case of Wanderlust just shows completely random and simplified chords. That's usually the case, by the way. A lot of times they would put a capo in a strange place or straight up write it down in different tuning. Anything goes. This is true for me. I never claim that I get something 100% correct. But for many things it's true, and more about the number of little things that you get correctly. Because the devil is in the detail. The more details you get correctly, the closer to the actual sound you get. So it's not about ears, eyes or fingers, it's more about the brain. That's my point. Private investigation, that's the way you do it. Anyway, thanks for watching.